Hello and welcome to YouTube!
How's it going, everyone? My name is Drone. Today I have with me, of course, Soaring, as you heard, and Kaboom to my left.
To let you in on the in-joke,
Doc's on the couch, but
we record 5 seconds of silence in the beginning of every video, and there's kind of a race to who talks first.
I relate to this race every time.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you don't fucking talk. But that's not the point, guys. We're not here.
This episode is important. It is SAO. It is about SAO and what has happened during the online alpha test thingy.
It is the alpha test.
I said online alpha test.
So, the first thing I want to bring up is if you guys are going to your online sources, there's one thing I'm going to point out. The articles that you see online are still
all bashing it to hell. The whole event.
And on top of that, they're still fucking wrong.
It's very opinionated. They just throw the whole thing away, and I'll tell you now, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
You as a gamer should not be listening to that at all.
Yeah, because the first thing...
Especially if you're listening to Kotaku as a news source.
Yes. Kotaku, the first thing is, and Kotaku specifically is the one I pointed out to him, is that Kotaku outright said, this is where they made their first mistake.
And The Verge.
They both stated...
Not a game, never gonna happen. This is a tech demo only. And
no, that's actually not what I was going to bring up. It was the fact that
then it was made by IBM.
It is made by IBM, which everywhere it is posted on the website. It is everything that they've said about it.
By IBM. By
IBM. But it states for Sword Art Online. It states sponsored
by IBM.
So that's
paid for. Nearly in entirety by IBM, but we're also going to come out and say that it also has heavy Sony influence.
Yes.
The Sony virtual gear.
Sony
gear, and it was the Nerve gear.
When I went to GameStop to pre-order Sun and Moon, there was this guy who laid down $600 for the Sony VR headset.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's $100 down for the pre-order.
Nice.
And I'm going to tell you guys, this is just... I don't care what these people say. If you're seeing all these people online that are going, I brought this up...
My best interest is read the article, but take it with literally a shaker full of salt.
Yeah,
Don't knock it before you try.
Yeah, don't knock it.
So
you're going to get to until 2022, and we'll get there.
Hold on. So there's a couple arguments that I have with this, and that is that I know you're going to disagree with me wholly on this. Okay. But there are two things that I'm going to point out. Number one is that the game is not Sword Art Online in the beginning.
I don't disagree with you on that at all.
The game is...
it's going to be Sword Art Online.
Yeah, it's going to be Sword Art Online. That is very...
the beginning is very clearly the name of the alpha test.
Which is why
it's not necessarily... It's more like an in-dev test. It's not an actual alpha.
Yeah, but this was to see how... this test was specifically to see how the general market would work.
I think this was more of a test for the Nerve gear... than for the
I completely agree. And the body scan?
And the body scan than it was for the game. But the game, yes, it was a game. If you were at the alpha test, you would clearly know that. Yeah. It is a game. You played with a controller. You slashed at an enemy boss that was 10 times your size. That was very clear.
Yeah, there's actually... we will have to find it.
There's some video of somebody switching weapons between hands... Going through and making slashing motions.
And I would like to point out,
the computer.
They were not using a controller. It was full body VR.
It was a full body VR.
Now, is that going to be the only option? Probably not. But I think that you guys are probably
they were
right.
testing the basic.
They were testing the super rigs.
The super rigs.
Yeah, because the full body scan was really
full body
glitchy.
was awesome.
But if you looking at other people, their body rendering thing wasn't all
right. But in the actual gameplay on this, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
It was fairly good.
From the standpoint, it modeled each of the fingers individually.
Yeah, which is something amazing.
And whenever you made the sword motions, the sword
when you did this,
So
it was
good enough to make the game playable, but not great enough to make it enjoyable.
Now, I am going to say this: whenever this game finally releases,
2022.
2022.
These two are saying 2022.
October 22nd, 2022.
That is, yes. If they do follow the anime fully, if they follow what they want to do fully. But I'm thinking that because of this just huge outburst from people all over the world going, we want to see this, we want to have this, we want to play it. The chances
I think it was a PR test to see if people wanted the game, and it was successful enough that.
Are you kidding? Successful is an understatement.
Successful. But they had 100,000 applicants to an alpha test that there was a good chance you would have no point in partaking in only Japan.
Yeah.
So those are turnouts for an almost unknown alpha test.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
So
that's insane.
Yeah.
Just because it had Sword Art Online on it.
Just because it had Sword Art Online.
100,000 people were like, we want to play.
Now, I'll be honest. I'm not happy with the Sword Art Online branding because I hate the anime. I'll be the first one to outright say it. Not only do I despise the anime. I wish the anime would have never existed, and there are a number of reasons, and I'm not going to go into them right now. But
you can do that on your own channel. But right now, we're bringing news to the people that want to watch it.
If we want to talk about Sword Art Online, we're going to talk about this as a VR experience coming in the future. Probably branded by Bandai Namco. And Sony. And contributed to through IBM Softlayer.
Those are the three big things, too, is that we already know that these are three...
We've already
brought this up.
Yeah,
these are
so we know that the Nerve Gear came out of Sony.
Yeah.
Just damn straight. And I think it actually was more a collaboration between IBM and Sony.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Sony owns the studio, A1...
that
produces a Sword Art Online. So that is very clear. We know that information.
And we've already brought this up. I'm going to say this again. Once again, world-renowned translator.
Yep, there's a world-renowned translator involved in the project.
There is so many things.
A very well-known DJ.
Yes.
That was involved in the creation of the music.
He's more than likely making the ambient music for the game.
But when we're talking about the future, the information that we have right now is that the alpha test that everybody said that wasn't a game is very clearly a game.
Yeah.
They have every intention to make it a VR MMO.
But I will say that they were right in the fact that Sword Art Online, the beginning, is not a game. It is a VR experience. But Sword Art Online
VR experience.
Will be a game.
They are planning to brand a game titled Sword Art Online. I guarantee you, the second the alpha test ended, they began development.
If they hadn't already been doing it.
If they hadn't already.
Well, they obviously have.
They obviously had the.
Come on. The other thing I want to bring up is that something that you would notice if you were watching, if you've seen anything on the alpha, and these people are posting all these pictures. So these guys are. So whenever you make a VR experience, right, you don't make it in Maya.
Yeah, you don't use Maya.
Not on 12 computers.
Not on 12 computers.
That is a picture.
They were running Maya on 12 computers simultaneously, so they could go through the modeling environment.
Yeah.
That was not a custom engine in any way. Maya was used for
everything.
For everything. So
if you're a game developer, you probably have it on your computer.
And it's funny because they programmed a game in Maya, which
yeah,
that's pretty neat. In its own right, that they had people capable enough to program a game in a 3D rendering engine.
Yeah, I mean,
not so it was pretty neat.
So you're looking at these are obviously people that work for Bandai.
For
Bandai.
For 3D modeling companies, and no, because they were the same people
or IBM
who worked on the Pepsi VR experience.
We haven't found a connection other than
we haven't found that.
We have not found a connection unless it's 1 to 10, which we still haven't found anything about.
Yeah, if you know anything about that 1 to 10 production studio,
1 arrow left 10.
Yeah, 1 right-facing arrow 10.
Right-facing arrow. Thank you.
Yeah, it's literally they typed the name of the company in ASCII characters, so we couldn't Google it.
Yeah.
There's no way. I couldn't look it up using Unicode.
But I can tell you this, from what I've seen online, that is not the same
it's not the same.
By anywhere.
Okay. All right, I was just going by the information that I had gotten previously.
But I'm going to say that I'm highly doubting at this point that it was the same studio that worked on the Pepsi VR. It could be. They could be a subsidiary.
What we know for a fact is that IBM was not only involved in. They were also involved in production.
Yeah.
They were involved in production. They had people go to them for assistance, for integration into Softlayer, probably.
And I'm going to make this. I guess we're not bringing a whole bunch of news. We can end this fairly quickly.
Yeah.
The last little bit of information I want to give is something that we are both very aware of, and that is that there are two very specific IBM softwares they're using.
Is Softlayer and
Softlayer. The other one is Watson.
We've said this before.
Yeah, we've said this before, but we actually have verification that they're doing.
Yeah, that they used Watson for what we thought they were going to use Watson for, which was for.
And when you put Watson into a game, I'm sorry to tell you, but that game is a game.
That game is a game because it was controlling the AI functions not for the enemy, but for.
Random NPCs.
No, it was controlling the. It's very hard to describe. The estimation of the movement of the character's weapon and stuff like that. It was using fuzzy logic in order to make that more of a fluid motion, right? And it did a very good job at that.
Yeah,
but it did not do a very good job. It did good at input to output translation. But not to, it couldn't make the texture models any better. It can't do that. But it made all the movements really fluid.
But the fact of the matter is that right now we have they're obviously going to continue using Watson. They're obviously.
I haven't heard anything about the quality of the 3D models. But I had heard from another player that they described the experience as the actual stepping into the booth as very boring lasers for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
they were in there just staring at lasers for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
they walked out and then they looked at the 3D model and it looked pretty accurate.
Yeah, and there is video from the alpha test.
From the alpha test of them coming out, in a very bleary-eyed look coming out of the fucking.
No. I'm talking gameplay.
Oh, gameplay. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
no.
There is gameplay.
No, I was talking about them actually walking out of the gaming area. Very stunned,
elated.
not ecstatic. They were just
stunned,
just awed. It was an awe-struck look because they had to do this in 20-minute bursts for 3 days.
Yeah, and
so
the only unfortunate thing that I have is that I still. I personally have not gotten the information on where the alpha test took place, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I don't think they were allowed to.
Yeah.
I think they were NDA'd. They could not actually give a disclosure location. But the systems were ran on 12 computers in a closet, basically.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. But they were very powerful.
Yeah, we're
PCs
talking
in a
$2,500
enclosed, cooled room running 3D modeling and rendering software.
Yeah, I mean, there were air conditioners under the tables.
Yeah, this was obviously put together real quick. They rushed it. It was definitely rushed to go out in the alpha test.
But from what I've seen, everything points to a game.
They did everything they can to meet their deadline.
Yeah.
I think they rushed the project. I'll be honest.
Do too. But now they're going to have the proper time to make an actual game.
Right. Which I expect a target date of 2022. Because they had given that same year in the...
I'm going to say that I would disagree and agree at the same time because 2022 would follow the storyline.
But
at the same time, they want to get this
why would they mention that year in the opening trailer video if they weren't planning to release them that year?
2022. Right, I know. I mean, I'm just saying, whenever you're a gaming company and you have the chance to maybe get, instead of a couple million players, 30 million players instead. Mm-hmm. And that's just... not just the people that like the anime.
As much as I dislike Sword Online, I'd play it because it's the closest thing I'll ever get to
Dot Hack.
Unless Bandai Namco, IBM do a separate game.
Yep.
But
they own both licenses. That's really good, actually.
Yeah, it's true.
They can saturate the market and be the only people saturating the market.
It's true. But no, I mean, to be honest... I'm just going to say right. I don't play computer games.
Yeah, we don't have any new information as of this time other than what we have given you.
Thank you for watching. My name is Drone. Hey, if you like this video, there are some buttons down below that you can hit.
Yep, just use those. Press the buttons.
Any of the buttons are fine.
Yeah, but we prefer
the good ones.
Partial to the like button. But, I mean, if you want to click the dislike button, you can...
But if you're going to click the dislike
button,
make sure if you hit that dislike button that you put a trollish comment down below, because otherwise I will never forgive you.
You will never find out who they are.
I don't care. I'm not going to forgive them anyway.
Yeah, we're still not going to forgive you. I'll click your dislike button anyway. Just troll you.
You better put a trolling comment down below from you, Labs, because I don't care.
I think this will be Soaring going out with me, Kaboom. Soaring, Kaboom, and Drone. And I'm going to get to 100,000 subscribers first to troll